The reveal is here! What is it gonna be? Kerpeps DX! I knew it! Arrowcider DX? I thought that was the eagle, but it's clearly a rhino. Which means... oh no. Oh no! Ayawashi DX? That's not Cobble Blade! I was wrong on the internet! Oh no! Hello everyone, J5 the Hyperforce here, the one that flies super high with style and panache, and welcome to this Hyper Talks. Shit, that's a wall. It's already unhinged. And welcome to this Hyper Talks, a rambly video series where I talk about design, writing, oddities, basically anything related to my... anything relating to... fucking SpongeBob. Basically, anything relating to my passions and or profession. That I want to talk about, like that one screaming bird meme where he's just shouting over the other bird. You know the one. That's how I feel about Ayawashi DX right now. Ayawashi DX? We've got another name I can't pronounce. Takara-Tomy decided to release all of these Bottlemen on the same day, August 6th, which is pretty close to my birthday actually. Happy birthday to me. Raidbrave, Doc Pepeon, Earth Roller, Kerpeps DX, Ayawashi, and Arrowcider. Also the DX recolors of speed caps, but, you know, they're not actual figures. Takara-Tomy is saying, this summer is the Bottleman Festival, and it certainly is. You totally wasn't underprepared, so you delayed Raidbrave, Doc Pepeon, and Earth Roller to the 6th of August. No way! No way! God, my fake laughing gets worse every time. We have new Bottlemen to talk about, and updates to the previous 4, or 2 of them at least. Let's start with addressing something. After my game plug! Because you know it exists and I'm gonna fucking plug it! If the B-Daman / Bottleman series interests you, and you want a more teen and young adult oriented story, then please check out my visual novel with a simple yet vast battle system, Bottlemen Showdown! It's about a group of teenagers trying to recover the lost history of a world revolving around the new kingdom of Bidandera and the AR sport of Bottlemen. Along the way you'll fight villains, try and do the same, and grow bonds with your party and the island. You play the game's fight scenes while customizing your blaster's ability and ammo. Gotta plug my shit because I want people to play my game. Please, there's like no traction. You can download the demo or play the full early access work in progress game over on itch.io. Links in the description. It would be amazing and mean the world to me if you at least gave the demo a try. Or bought the game and enjoyed it and maybe like become a fan, pointing fingers emoji. Thank you for listening. Back to your regularly scheduled autist screaming about fucking Japanese shooting toys. If you're excited to see the new Bottlemen and want to see more Bottleman coverage from me, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell and set it to all notifications to support the channel and spread the video out to other people. I'm trying asking this before the main video starts because other YouTubers do it, so it must work if it's like a thing that people do. I know the main video hasn't even started yet, so you don't even know if you like it, but you know, people fucking ask the shit before the main video even starts, so I don't know, touching fingers emojis. Don't you want to sub to the autist girl with a guy's voice? So, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, please. Thank you. Now we get into the main video, sorry. Okay, now we talk about... I fucking sounded like Terry Bogard. Okay! Now we talk about the updates to the older DX Bottlemen. Raidbrave I don't think is going to be compatible with other Bottlemen. Looking at his core, it doesn't look like it has any arm ports. You know, the little spiky up bits on the side of a bottle core. I can't see them on this figure. I'm not too sure about the legs. I think it'll be the usual leg connector. At least the heads are swappable. Just like Wonder Grape. Bottleman DX, I thought you meant to be like the customizable version. Why isn't the bloody core customizable? I think other quadruped like CC Leon DX might work given that the limbs are attached to the feet. The feet base is the foot part. So you attach the feet are on struts, so you attach that to the bottom, then you attach like the limbs onto the feet. So you might be able to do a CC Leon vertical shooter. But then if you want to put Kolamaru on this core, you're just gonna have head and feet, not head and shoulders, not sponsored. Guess I won't really know until I have it in my hands or I see somebody customize it. Raidbrave, I mean, not CC Leon. Earth Roller DX has an Earth icon in its logo, so it is Earth Roller. Huh. Didn't notice this before because the picture qualities for like Earth Roller DX like screenshots were always very bad. I'd never noticed that was an Earth. I thought that might have been like a lobster looming overhead the text, but it's the Earth. But Arth from arthropod is still a part of the pun most likely. And it's not a lobster, it's a crab. The Cancer constellation. It looks like a lobster to me because of the longer claws and just the stance in general. But it does look like a crab in its Star Beast form. So, crab. So how about we dive into the new releases? Starting with the Bottleman I was able to figure out with my detective skills. Kerpeps DX! He's silver now and has swapped out his gimmick, but he's still a power type. Instead of his gimmick being not that easy to figure out, he's now something way more understandable. He's a double shooter, akin to B-Daman like Koenig Cerberus and Stag Cerberus, double/twin Drazeros, depending on what language you want to go with, and Stream Drazeros, and to bring it back to Bottleman, the fusion of Raijin Milk and Fujin Black, Ryujin Blend Dragon. I was half right about Kerpeps being based on the other Cerberus B-Daman. Koenig and Stag Cerberus are both double shooters, but Kerpeps does not have the rotating drive strip feature that those B-Daman have. I don't know if you can even make that gimmick work in Bottleman without some huge sacrifices, because the bottle caps aren't the same size on all sides like a marble is. Takara-Tomy calls this gimmick double impact, shooting off 2 power shots at once. Usually double shooters are classed as special type, but they are pretty strong. Twin Drazeros is arguably one of the strongest crossfight B-Daman there is. Ryujin Blend Dragon is technically classified as multi-type, which I guess you could say is the Bottleman equivalent of special type. Kerpeps is power type, yeah, sure. Given that Twin Drazeros is like stupidly strong, so maybe that'll be the same for Kerpeps DX. Him being a power type because double shots are pretty strong. He's said to be a 4 in power, the same as Kolomaru DX. So, power type, yeah, sure. If I had any hand in this, I'd say he's power special type, but you know, special type doesn't exist in Bottleman. The arm parts that this guy has are pretty useful for those who struggle to hold their DX Bottlemen, because they're pretty long. I've rambled on about this before in the past, you know. A child might struggle to reach their hands towards putting their thumbs on the trigger and the rest of the fingers on the arm parts. So yeah, the little wing protrusions on the arms will help with gripping Bottlemen easier, which is great. DX Bottlemen are already long, so this guy is just taking the piss. Look at this bottle core. Look at it! It's long! It's long! Like my dick! The trigger is also really long, adding to the power status of this Bottleman. Attaching this trigger to a normal core, you'll be able to push out caps beyond the limits of a normal trigger. Adding power! It's the only reason why Fujin Black, another long trigger haver, is a power type. Despite having a controlled based foot part and a speed roller core, literally everything about Fujin Black isn't even a fucking power type. But the trigger and the special caps that it comes with, yeah, sure, power type. I have opinions. But putting a normal sized trigger into the double impact core is gonna ruin the core's main feature. You'll only be able to push out 1 cap at a time if there's a second cap in the core, otherwise you won't even make it past the hold parts in the front, so you're stuck with using the long trigger if you want to use this core in customs. Speaking of those hold parts, they're power type hold parts, having the power spikes on the side and the thicker inner hold pieces. This is actually pretty good in proving my theory that power types have the power spikes on their cores, and it also shows that, like the weird snap-on hold parts that Kolomaru has, that's just a power type thing. It's just that one of Kolomaru's hold parts is rubber. So, power types have closer together hold parts and power spikes. So that's pretty cool to know. But, and I have to say but, no arm parts, except maybe Earth Roller, are going to reach these power spikes on the side, because of just how long Kerpeps DX is. So they're pretty pointless for this core. Ha! Pointless? I didn't even realise I made a pun until proofreading the script! Also, it being silver might be in reference to Diet Pepsi, or Pepsi Man. I know I made that joke in my Kerpeps DX discussion video, you know, when I sleuthed him out, but what if he actually is based on Pepsi Man? Or both. It could be Diet Pepsi and Pepsi Man. Diet Pepsi Man! Diet Pepsi Man! Given that Kerpeps DX is a double shooter, and CC Leon DX has taken the gimmick of ridiculous cap capacity, I don't think the Blend Dragon duo are going to get DX upgrades. Their whole thing was fusing together into a double shooter, and Kerpeps has just taken it. Granted, they could come back with a new fusion gimmick, something like Triple Galusian, however you say it, or Blast Griffin, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. I have been wrong about this series in the past, though, so maybe I'll be wrong again. Speaking of me being wrong, Ayawashi DX. Bitch, you made me think you were a Cobalt Blade Kolomaru. I guess Takara-Tomy only really cares about the Phoenix line of B-Daman when it comes to their anniversaries. Baka! But now I question something. Why are you using Kolomaru's arms and foot parts? Ayawashi is a speed type with a soft stroke trigger. Short stroke trigger? I don't know what else you'd call it. You press down on this pad on the back of the trigger to push the trigger in. You don't have to push your thumb in that far to fully push in the trigger, thanks to the design of the mechanism. This does make the delay between shots shorter, which is a cool design for a speed type, cutting down on the short amount of time it takes to fully press in a trigger and let it fully pull back out. Those small time saves will build up to an overall quicker fire rate. Besides from that, it has a newish head, building upon the Kolomaru DX head part, but I do wonder why it's so Kolomaru DX-like. In fact, you can convert it into Kolomaru DX. Because of the set that it comes in, the DX customized set, along with Kerpeps DX, comes with an Ayawashi green Kolomaru head and trigger, and a control core for it for some reason. The promo images implies swapping between Ayawashi and green Kolomaru is a part of this Bottleman's identity, but why? Maybe it's tied to some lore in the anime. I haven't seen that much of the Bottleman anime, but I do know that Kolomaru DX is known as Origin. He's a special Bottleman. So maybe Ayawashi is a recreation of Origin, a Bottleman to surpass Kolomaru? Food for thought, or should I say, drink for thought? Get it? Because fucking Bottleman's drink themed? Yes, because explaining a joke always makes it funnier. Why is this my comedy? This is the Eagle Bottleman, so the similarities between Aquila and Phoenix is what made the design team think of tying these two together. Or did they want a Kolomaru clone, so they made it the Aquila Bottleman? Who knows which way round it went. The DX custom set itself comes with separate accessories. B-Daman would do accessories that wouldn't be tied to a B-Daman, like a power block, separate magazines, and separate barrels. It just depends on which generation of B-Daman you're on about, because sometimes they're tied to B-Daman, sometimes B-Daman don't even come with stuff like magazines and barrels. It's a bit messy, but you know, there was always some sort of accessories. So I'm pretty excited to actually see this in Bottleman, finally! This set comes with an extra long magazine, an extra long barrel, and a stabilizer, most likely for that huge magazine. In fact, one of the promo images actually shows it being used with the really long magazine, so I guess I'm right. I found that image after writing the script, so, you know. This is pretty nice to me. Imagine combining this huge magazine with CC Leon DX's quick loader magazine. How many caps do you want? All? Yes. Okay, let's move on to the final new Bottleman of this batch, Arrowcider DX. The ultimate control type. This Rhino Bottleman is able to swap between 3 different modes. That covers one of the 3 designs that make a control type. A grip mode, a barrel mode, and a stabilizer mode. The wing grips allow the Bottleman to be easier to hold and grip onto. The barrel mode works like Gyokurock's barrel, where it has long guide rails for the cap to follow. However, this time, since the parts aren't attached to the hold parts, these won't splay out when you're firing, so it's a much better rail barrel, a lot more solid. And finally, the stabilizer mode allows this guy to sit on the floor more solidly, keeping a good wide balanced stance on the floor. It also could support magazines like that huge one from the DX custom set. This is why I'm calling Arrowcider the ultimate control type. It does it all. Its horn is also an aiming sight. This Bottleman does everything. In terms of what makes a control type, its only weakness is that you can only do one form at a time. Although, if you buy 3 Arrowciders, I'm pretty sure you can give this guy all 3 modes at once, making the ultimate control type. Arrowcider reminds me of the B-Daman Assault DRAGREN from the Crossfight B-Daman ES series, who has the same gimmick pretty much. These shields attach to other parts of the B-Daman to make a barrel mode, a grit mode, a sight mode, a stabilizer mode, and an emblem charge mode. The Crossfight B-Daman ES / B-Daman Fireblast anime even shows off the concept of buying multiple DRAGRENs to get more shields, to use all 5 modes at once to create Ultimate Assault DRAGREN. I wouldn't be shocked if the Bottleman DX anime shows off an Ultimate Arrowcider mode where all 3 forms are active at once, because buy more toys. There's something odd about Arrowcider's core though. I'm gonna let you look at it and see if you can notice it. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, time's up. It has no barrel porthole. It's a control type core given it has the control type hold parts, and it's said to be a control type. But it has a magazine port. Mixed cores are a thing. Previously, I predicted if there would be mixed cores, having the frame of one type while having the hold parts of a different type. Am I right? Arrowcider has a speed frame with control hold parts. I don't know if this is just an error for the photo shoot, or this is actually how the core is built, but if that's the case, mixed cores are viable and not banned. But why? Maybe the fact that it has the rail barrel mode means that Takara-Tomy nerfed it by not allowing Arrowcider to have a barrel. Even though you could just give it a normal control core to add a barrel, you know, give it like Earth Roller DX's core? And it gives Arrowcider access to a magazine, which just makes it an even better Bottleman. What? I thought the whole design philosophy was meant to be that you was meant to stick in your own lane. Nah, Arrowcider can just attach a fucking magazine to itself because it just feels like it. I'm not complaining, it's just that it makes Takara look a little inconsistent. Now we have 10 DX Bottlemen, if you don't count the recolors. We're getting pretty close to the OG Bottlemen's full roster of 14. Again, if you don't count the recolors, Colomaru Energy, Aquasport Shield, and Gyokurock 4G, because they're basically just retools. Colomaru, Aquasport, Gyokurock, Wondergrave, Raijin Milk and Fujin Black, Skull, Pistol, Kerpeps, Salafire, Samets, Dual Gold, Sparkling Knight, Tan Satan, and CC Leon. Yes, I'm a nerd. If Takara-Tomy wants to match the roster, or go bigger, we at the very least have 4 more original DX Bottlemen coming, so maybe 1 more wave of Bottlemen. Because the release schedule for Bottleman DX seems to be in waves, not individual figures like it was in the original. I have a theory that one of these upcoming Bottlemen will be Gyokurock DX. Given that the Bottle King silhouette in the anime looks a lot like Gyokurock's user. I've talked about this before, but I'm just reiterating it here. So yeah, I think Gyokurock DX is going to be a thing. Watch me be wrong. Let's go over some stats right now, because I'm a nerd. We have 4 veterans and 6 newcomers to DX. Takara-Tomy seems to prefer newcomers to veterans in this line, so if we have 4 Bottlemen left at the very least, how about 2 veterans and 2 newcomers? We would still have more newcomers overall, plus one last surprise for the OG Bottleman fans, because it's kind of obvious that Gyokurock DX is going to be a thing. So yeah, one last surprise. You never see it coming! So, let's say Gyokurock DX and maybe Skull Pistol DX for example, alongside 2 new ones. I did hear from somewhere that a 7-up Bottleman is going to be a thing. I don't remember if it was a rumour, leak or theory, but I've heard it, I guess. If Takara-Tomy wants to go beyond 14, then I can see it being a roster of 16 or 18. Maybe 4 Bottlemen of each type, 4 powers, 4 speeds, 4 controls, and maybe 1 or 2 multi-types. So that's my roster prediction. Watch me be wrong! Ayawashi DX has really, like, destroyed my faith in ever being right in this fucking series again. I am for sure getting Kerpeps DX and Arrowcider for my birthday, along with Raidbrave out of this new batch. Also, Ayawashi DX is a nice bonus, I guess. Faker. Faker!
Faker! Faker! Fake!
Before we end today's video, I thought of a fun segment that we could do for these Bottlemen DX coverage videos. You know, where we discuss about the new figures that have been released or teased or whatever. A Rispeeda DX update! Looking at all the new parts available and seeing if they're any good for my Rispeeda DX custom. If you don't know what Rispeeda is, check out this video I made talking about creating a Bottleman custom, mine being a Ribena themed falcon named Rispeeda. More context in that video. First thing that I want to address is that I said Rispeeda DX would be based on the Aquila constellation. Oh! Hi there, Ayawashi DX, the Aquila Bottleman! I joke about hating this Bottleman because it tricked me into thinking it was Cobalt Blade, and it also being the Aquila constellation, but I do kinda like it. I like the head crest and the short stroke trigger, which is why I'm considering it for Rispeeda DX. That head crest is similar to the Kolomaru Energy head crest, plus I really just like this design more than the normal Kolomaru DX head. Hopefully this crest will be compatible with the Kolomaru DX head base, because I don't like the Ayawashi face. Besides from that, I don't like the colour. For Rispeeda, anyways. It's a fitting colour for the drink that Ayawashi is based on, but not for Rispeeda. The short stroke trigger would help for this speed-based power type. I think I'll use the Arrowcider arm parts for Rispeeda's arms. It looks like a pretty good wing grip. Plus, maybe putting the wings into a rail barrel configuration could be like a dive bombing form, because it's a peregrine falcon, even though the wings should be pointing backwards, but whatever. We have a good look at Doc Pepperon's core now, and it's a pretty good match to a black currant core. So maybe that could be used as the frame for the core. It is a speed core, so magazines would fit onto it. Put blue Kolomaru's drive strip hold parts into this coloured core, and you'll have a black currant power speed mix core. The foot part will still probs be the blue Kolomaru foot part, but hey, something may come later that's better, and that's going for all the parts listed here. Something might come along that's even better. I've been thinking that maybe Rispeeda could be a double shooter, so it's still powerful, but it still has like that speed of shooting two caps at once. I don't know, I just really like Kerpeps DX. Speaking of the custom DX set, will I use the stupidly long magazine or just Aquasports DX's magazine for Rispeeda? Probs just Aquasports'. The point is to be fast, so fast reloads are also taken in consideration. So fast reloads are a must. So that's my parts list for Rispeeda DX for now until we meet more Bottlemen. End of segment. And that'll be all I have to say. Thank you for watching this stupid oh my god. Thank you for watching this stupid video. I know a lot of my channel right now has been Bottleman related, but it's what's been giving me views, and it's making me feel comfortable. Like I'm actually making something people want. My next set of Hyper Talks will be on new topics, however. I know that I say this every time, but I mean it this time. The last time that I said it would be about something else, it's just because my other idea I wanted to do has been shelved for now because it's a really dangerous idea. I'm saving it for a if all else fails, try this video idea. It's toxic, it's radioactive, it's a motherfucker, it's disgusting. But I have 3 ideas for non-Bottleman / B-Daman related Hyper Talks, so I'll be making those next. I want to make more evergreen content, like the Rispeeda video, and I want to make non-Bottleman content, so that I don't tunnel vision into one topic, like the Yo-Yo and Bubble Kirby in Kirby and the Forgotten Land video, if you remember that. So my next Hyper Talks are going to be on new topics. If any more minor Bottlemen news comes out, I'll make more text-only videos, like the Kerpeps DX teased, and Cobalt Blade in Bottleman videos. If major news comes out, then I'll just make a full Bottleman update like this one. It doesn't have to be a Hyper Talk per se. Once I get my hands on Raidbrave, CC Leon DX, the custom DX set, and Arrowcider, I'll be making review videos on them like I did with But Cobalt Phoenix? God, could you fucking imagine? Takara-Tomy finally gives the Cobalt Blade line some love because it masquerades as the Phoenix line. Could you imagine? I'll make review videos on them like I did with Bottle Phoenix and Aqua Sports. But their own videos, not like sellotape to the end of a different video. If that sounds fun, me rambling on about Bottleman design, let me know in the comments below. And to be completely real with you, my most successful content right now is these Bottlemen news update videos, but the news is going to stop at some point. So this success is fleeting and temporary, which is why I want you guys to check out the Rispeeda video. It's evergreen content. Bottleman Original is finished, so that series, you can watch it anytime. Bottlemen may be outdated in like maybe 5 more years when the next B-Daman series comes out or the next Bottleman series comes out, but it's still evergreen content because it's a look to the past and it's just about design, not necessarily news updates. So if you could check out my more evergreen content, that would be amazing, and I would thank you from all parts of my heart, not just the bottom of it. I know that sounds kind of weird of me to ask, you know, like, oh, go watch my other content, but, like, the news is going to run out at some point. Bottleman DX is going to end, and there's going to be no more news updates, so I will officially be out of content. I do have to try and make more evergreen content, so bear with. And thank you in advance if you go check out those other videos of mine. Okay, now it's time for the end of video shilling shit. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell and turn it to all notifications to please the YouTube gods and to help my videos spread out to more people. Comment down below and share your thoughts on this set of DX Bottlemen or my video in general. Share this video with other Bottlemen people who may not be aware of this information, or people that are maybe interested in Bottleman who can't really keep up to date with the Japanese stuff, so maybe I can be the outlet. Make sure to follow me on my Twitter at J5TheHyperForce to keep up to date with what I'm doing. There, I post my progress on projects like these videos, or just shitpost about whatever. If you have any fan art to send me, like say VTuber Jodie, you know, the girl you're looking at, Rispeeda, Sakura Yui, Matalum, or anything relating to me, send them to me at J5TheHyperForce and I will feature them within the next video I am editing at the time. Also, don't forget to check out my video game, a visual novel story with a simple yet vast battle system, Matalum Showdown. Seriously, this game was a lot of work and a lot of time, and it has like 0 traction. Help me. And with all that said, this has been J5TheHyperForce. I will see you whenever next. Goodbye! Also, drink your Pepsi or Pepsi Man will break into your fucking house. Pepsi Man!